Hello Goenkans, hope you are doing good. We were going through topic nutrition in humans. The alimentary canal has following parts: mouth, oral cavity or buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestines, large intestines, rectum, anus. Let's take esophagus. It's a tube-like structure about 25 centimeters in length. This length varies from person to person. There can be a bit of variation, but approximate size is 25 centimeters. Esophagus extends from pharynx and ends in stomach. Bolus was formed in oral cavity that we know. This bolus moves to stomach via esophagus. It is a passage, fine. And the movement of this bolus from oral cavity to stomach takes place by a wave-like movement called peristalsis. Wave-like movement is English word. The biological term for this wave-like movement is peristalsis or simply peristaltic movement. Peristalsis is the rhythmic relaxation and contraction of the esophageal wall that pushes the food from the esophagus to the stomach. No enzymes are added in esophagus. Fine. Enzymatic activity is not there, glands are not present in esophagus, so there will be no digestion. It is just a passage which allows food to move from oral cavity to stomach. Fine. The walls of esophagus, they release mucus. Fine. There is no enzymatic activity, but mucus is released. Mucus is released so that food remains moist. Food should not be dry, otherwise it cannot go to stomach. There is an esophageal sphincter that helps to prevent backflow of food into the esophagus. Once it goes into the stomach, there should not be backflow to the esophagus. For that, there is esophageal sphincter. Number of sphincters are present in our body. Number of sphincters are there. Now, what are sphincters? They are the ring of muscles. They're the ring of muscles which guard the openings. And this esophagus is present in the thoracic cavity. Body has been divided into two cavities. One is thoracic cavity, another is abdominal cavity. Thoracic cavity is also known as thoracic, and in thoracic there are lungs, there is heart, this esophagus is there in the thoracic cavity, then there is abdominal cavity. In abdominal cavity there is stomach, there are small intestines, large intestines, pancreas, liver, etc. Fine. After esophagus, there is stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped muscular bag-like structure placed below the diaphragm on the left side of abdomen. It receives and mixes food with digestive juices and propels food to the small intestines. Fine. Now, the role of stomach in our body is it helps in storage of food, it helps in mechanical churning of food, it helps in partial digestion of food, and it helps in regulation of flow of food into the small intestines. This muscular sac-like structure, a bag-like structure, helps in storage of food. Food is stored there for a while. Fine. That's why we don't feel hungry every now and then. It remains there for some time. Almost 2 liters of food. Stomach can hold 2 liters of food at a time for some time, for 3-4 hours. And then there is mechanical churning of food. We call it mechanical because chemicals, enzymes are not involved in it. There is a contraction, relaxation of the walls of stomach, and because of that contraction, relaxation, the food churns. Fine. Then there is partial digestion of food. Partial, half digestion of food takes place in stomach, and there are gastric secretions which are released by the stomach. And then after that partial digestion, there is regulation of flow of food into the small intestines. Then this food that is the food which is the partially digested food in the stomach, is known as chyme. The semi-solid paste is known as chyme. The muscles of the stomach help churn food and convert it into the paste, and that paste is chyme. This chyme goes into the small intestines, but there is a control on it. And again, there is a ring of muscles, what we call pyrolic sphincter. What they do is they control the release of food from the stomach into the small intestines. I hope I am clear. Our next topic will be gastric secretions in stomach, but you will go through this, you will read between the lines and keep your concepts very clear. Thank you, Winkens.